Good morning, YouTube fans. This is Deric Lipski coming to you live from my office. Today we're going to be going over the last part in the series of buyer negotiations. We're going to be going over home inspections and the closing process. Okay, so home inspections. After you find a house, you get the deal together, you find the right amount, you negotiate the offer, you're ready. This next step is you have a 10-day period after the accepted offer to do a home inspection. Now, the home inspection process is basically you need to hire a local home inspector. That's going to know, the area of the bylaws and what the codes are for the building codes, and get them in there to inspect it. Now, how do you find that? There's a million to choose from. Ask your buyer's agent. That's what they're there for. We help you in this process. We can recommend a couple. Obviously, we have to give you the list of all of them, but we can make a couple recommendations like this guy's good. This guy's prices are pretty good. This guy's very thorough. There's all different types of home inspectors out there. I've seen guys show up with this camera crew and they're filming the whole process and talking $1,000 for it. It took like 8 hours, and I've seen other guys who the exact stream who show up and in 45 minutes they're in and out and they're done. You want to find someone who's very thorough, does a good job for you, and has a fair price. And usually the local realtors know who the good guys are, and they'll say, hey, this guy's pretty good. And you want to test for different things. I mean, you're allowed to test for lead paint, so why not? You know if it has it. It's an extra, usually it's an extra $300, $250. Radon gas, that's like an extra $150. You just have 2 canisters in the basement, and you send them back, and 2 weeks later, it lets you know if there's radon in the house. And if that is the case, you need to put in a remediation system. You can test for mold in the attic. Mold's pretty easy. You can see it. You can never say 100% that that's mold unless you're certified to say it's mold. But again, they do the same thing. They do a swab. They do a culture test. They take it out. A week later, you find out if it has mold. Termites are obviously pretty evident. You can see if it has termites. And then after you get past those 4 big ones, you want to start looking at the house itself. The guy's going to look at the electrical, the plumbing, the heating, the structural, roof, windows, floors, kitchen, baths. He wants to make sure everything is working. So you want to make sure that when you go through the property, he does a thorough job, and stick with them. Don't not show up for it. Be there with them. Let them show you what was wrong with the house. Now, at the idea that, if you see the house in a certain condition and it has certain things wrong that you can see with your eyes that you knew ahead of time, well, you can't renegotiate that. But what you can do is if you find things that you weren't known to you when you made the offer, you can go back and try to renegotiate, meaning if it does have some of those big things like radon, termites, or anything like that, or it's structurally something's wrong, or electrical is wrong, or plumbing, something that you weren't aware of when you looked at the house, now we have some means to go back and try to negotiate another offer. And when we go back to negotiate, we're going to ask for money off, and we'll take care of it ourselves, or have the seller take care of it himself and bring a receipt from a licensed contractor that the work was done. Especially if it's like mold, you want to make sure it's remediated, or you have radon gas. There's a remediation system in there from a licensed remediator. So one of those things you want to take care of. After you get to that process, you go to the purchase and sales, which puts everything on writing. So everything that needs to be done, it puts it in there for writing. Closing costs, things that will be done, washer dryer if they're going to be left, stuff like that will be in the purchase and sales. That's an ironclad contract. They make sure that you keep yourself moving forward. After that, usually you sign that. It's about 30 days to closing. In that process there, you have to get all your paperwork to your mortgage broker. They're going to want to see all your information, so they get what you call a commitment letter. The commitment letter is the formal letter from the bank saying, yeah, we approve this loan and you can get the loan for the closing. Now, a week before closing, there's one last step, which is called the clear to close. The clear to close means the bank has reviewed the appraiser again. The bank has went over the paperwork. The bank has checked your credit one more time to make sure you didn't go max out your credit cards and buy furniture for this house. Don't do that. You didn't buy a brand new car because that's going to throw your credit to debit ratio off. Wait till after you buy the house to do that stuff. Okay, so it's going to make sure that that hasn't been done. Then they're going to give you what they call the clear to close, and that's basically going to be the formal paperwork that says, okay, you can close this, and that usually happens a week or two before, a week or a few days before the closing process. You're going to have an attorney who's going to do the closing. You'll be well aware of him. That's usually signed by the bank. And then you go to the closing itself. And you want to do is you want to make sure you go to your insurance company and you have what they call a binder for the new home. And you have to bring that along with your driver's license. You want to make sure you have that with you when you go there. And anything else they require. They may require you to bring in some more money. So you want to make sure you call the closing attorney the day before the closing and say, how much money do I need to bring in? And here's a big question everybody asks. When you get a check that you have to bring in, make it to yourself. And people always ask me, who do I make it out to? Make it to yourself, and then you're going to endorse it over to the attorney. If you brought too much, the attorney will cut you a separate check back. But usually you call that day, they'll say, bring X amount of dollars and make it out to yourself. Then you just sign it over to the attorney, and then he'll take it from there. You get your keys at the table. As soon as you sign that document and it's recorded, it is yours. If you sign it and it doesn't go on record that day, it is not yours technically. The seller may let you move in, but you do not own it until it goes on record. Once it's on record, it is your house. Congratulations, you got the job done. Hey, tune in next time when we go over some more things. Actually, tomorrow I have an interview with a mortgage broker in case you had mortgage broker questions. My name is Deric Lipski. Give me a call anytime, 508-326-5320. Remember, I don't do this for fun. I do it to be number one. Talk to you later.